Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another Hunger Games. You guys love the other one so much, I decided I'd do a 4th of July special for it. And in this 4th of July, I took everybody from the United States and put them into a Hunger Games to see which one is the best state. I took out Hawaii and Alaska because I can only have 24, 30-some, 36, and 48. So I decided to take the ones that aren't connected and take them out. Anyway, have all of the states besides that. Pick who you think is going to win, or watch your state and how you think it is. District 4 is a little messed up because I forgot some. Maine, Maryland, Illinois, and Virginia, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. So, proceed. Oh, there we go. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. New Jersey runs into Connecticut and hides. Kentucky runs away. Texas attacks Georgia, but Virginia protects him, killing Texas. Texas is already down. Alabama, Connecticut, Washington, Nebraska run from the Connecticut. Oregon sets off an explosive, killing Massachusetts, North Carolina, and Vermont. Tennessee runs away from the Connecticut. New Mexico scares Michigan away from the Connecticut. North Dakota breaks Maine's nose for a basket of bread. Dang. Rhode Island runs away. New York runs away. Florida kills South Carolina for his supplies. Oklahoma grabs a sword. Wisconsin clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Oh man, I forgot this is going to be a lot longer. Arizona runs away from the Connecticut. Arkansas runs away. Delaware runs away with some lighter and rope. Iowa finds a canteen full of water. New Hampshire, Louisiana, Ohio, West Virginia share everything they gathered before running. Mississippi, Montana, and Maryland and Illinois share everything they gathered before running. California runs away. Indiana throws a knife into Missouri's chest. Dang, Missouri's dead. Minnesota grabs a shield leading. Then a bunch of people run away. Ohio picks flowers. Arizona attacks Kentucky, but she manages to escape. Wisconsin sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Connecticut dies from hunger. What? It's not Africa. Mississippi collects fruit from a tree. Maryland, Montana hunt for other tributes. Kansas and Louisiana fight Oregon, Washington. But Oregon and Washington kill Kansas and Louisiana. Pennsylvania mints a wooden spear. Delaware goes hunting. Georgia defeats Iowa in a fight but spares her life. Virginia stabs Tennessee with a tree branch. Utah questions his sanity. New Mexico injured. That's funny. Florida tries to sleep through the entire day. Rhode Island begs for Colorado to kill her, but it doesn't happen. Nebraska discovers a river, because that's what we do in Nebraska. We find rivers. Minnesota searches for a water source. There's all that snow. North Dakota makes a slingshot. Indiana practices his archery because they're Indians. That was really racist. New Hampshire, Idaho, West Virginia, and New Jersey hunt from other tributes. New York is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Wyoming and Maine work together for the day. Arkansas practices his archery. Nevada bashes Alabama in his head, rocks several times. Ouch. Michigan and Illinois hunt from other tributes. California defeats Oklahoma in a fight but spares his life. South Dakota injures himself. Awesome. That's day 1. 11 states are down. That leaves us with 37. Texas, Massachusetts, North Dakota, Vermont, South Carolina, Missouri, Connecticut, Kansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Alabama are all dead. District 5 really took a big hit. Oregon has 5 kills, followed by Washington and Virginia with 2 each. Alright, let's go into day 2. Michigan. Idaho, Oklahoma, and Rhode Island sleep in shifts. Maryland dies for hypothermia. It is pretty cold up there. It's funny how these, all make sense. South Dakota thinks about his home. West Virginia South Dakota thinks about himself. Or where would a state live? Anyway, Nevada convinces Minnesota to cuddle with him. That's kind of weird because they're, really far away, along with Maine and Arizona. New Jersey climbs a tree to rest. New York and Mississippi tell stories to themselves. Indiana is awoken by nightmares. Nebraska defeats Illinois in his fight, but spares his life. North Dakota throws a knife into Oregon's chest. The person who had 5 kills. Wisconsin and California tell stories about themselves to each other. Pennsylvania and New Hampshire and Arkansas sleep in shifts. Wyoming and Florida hold hands. New Mexico quietly hums. Utah destroys Delaware's supplies while he's sleeping. Sleeping? What? Colorado, Virginia, Iowa, Kentucky tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Washington, Montana, and Georgia sing songs together. Arizona goes hunting. Nebraska accidentally steps on a landmine. Yep, that sounds like Nebraska. Michigan thinks about home. Thinks about himself. New Jersey injures himself. Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, and Delaware track down and kill North Dakota. West Virginia defeats Mississippi in a fight but spares his life. Montana tends to Virginia's wounds. Washington explores the area. Washington explores the United States. Oklahoma sees smoke rising in distance but decides not to investigate. Iowa makes a slingshot. Idaho begs for Wisconsin to kill her. Ah, my cord. Whoopsie. Just knocked everything down. Alright. Nevada overhears Arkansas and California talking in the distance. Georgia injures himself. Utah stalks Illinois. Rhode Island camouflages in the bushes with how small she is. Maine searches for firewood. New Mexico, Ohio, Florida, Wyoming, and South Dakota hunt for other tributes. Kentucky scares Minnesota off. Colorado and New York work together for the day. Indiana discovers a river. Maryland, Oregon, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Idaho all die. So, the one who had 5 kills is now dead. Now, Washington and Virginia are the only 2 people who have 2 kills. Proceed. Don't know what that was. Virginia and West Virginia hold hands. That makes sense. Also, why isn't Virginia called East Virginia? Who cares? New Jersey and Colorado cuddle for warmth. New Mexico cries herself to sleep. Arkansas is unable to start a fire and sleep without warmth. Arkansas is pretty warm, though, I would assume. Maine catches Kentucky off guard and kills her. Wyoming and Michigan tell stories about themselves. Arizona receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. California cooks her food before putting her fire out. Like that's important. More like her whole state's cooking. Ohio, New Hampshire, Montana, and Pennsylvania tell each other's ghost stories to lighten the mood. Washington, Nevada, and Iowa cheerfully sing songs together. Ooh, Delaware lets Oklahoma into his shelter. Rhode Island, Georgia, Illinois, and Mississippi sleep in shifts. Florida convinces Indiana to snuggle with her. New York sets up a camp for the night. South Dakota sees a fire but stays hidden. Minnesota attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Wisconsin questions his sanity. Utah sees a fire but stays hidden. Not much happened that day. Iowa explores the area. South Dakota sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Illinois begs for Georgia to kill him, but he reluctantly obliges. Killing it. Okay, I've never seen that phrase before. Rhode Island sprains her ankle while running away from Montana. New Mexico, Colorado, Michigan, Mississippi, and Virginia hunt for other tributes. Washington chases California. Arizona discovers a cave. New Hampshire fishes. There's all these weird noises. Ohio receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Wisconsin tries to spearfish with a trident. Indiana begs for Oklahoma to kill him, but he refuses, keeping Indiana alive. Utah receives medical supplies from unknown sponsor. New York explores the area. Wyoming makes a wooden spear, along with Delaware. Pennsylvania is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Arkansas runs away from New Jersey. Nice. It's a very useless day 3. Only Kentucky and Illinois die. Let's see if we have any new kill leaders. Virginia's still at 2. Washington's still at 2. Are there any... District 5 is all out. All the other districts are still alive. New Jersey goes to sleep. California, Oklahoma hold hands from very far away. New Mexico accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Colorado tends to wounds. Ohio receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Rhode Island begs for Wyoming to kill her, but nothing happens. Florida, Utah, and Arizona sleep in shifts. Delaware tries to sing herself to sleep. Montana, Iowa, and Arkansas sleep in shifts. Mississippi and Washington huddle for warmth. South Dakota passes out from exhaustion. Does that mean South Dakota died? Maine questions his sanity. Pennsylvania is woken by nightmares. Minnesota receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Nevada screams for help. Wisconsin passes out from exhaustion. I don't know if he died. Man. This is getting hard. I need some water. Woo. Oh. Nevada screams for help. Wisconsin passes out from exhaustion. West Virginia lets Georgia into shelter. Michigan, New Hampshire, and Virginia cheerfully sing songs together. New York defeats Indiana. I almost said Indiana. That's actually how you say it. In a fight that spares his life. Okay, Oklahoma attacks Iowa but manages to escape. Nevada discovers a cave. Indiana throws a knife into California's chest. Georgia searches for a water source. Mississippi and Ohio hunt for other tributes. New York dies from hunger. It's more like dying from, pollution. Washington stalks Pennsylvania. Maine, South Dakota, and Minnesota hunt for other tributes. Virginia and Michigan hunt for other tributes. Colorado overhears Florida and Rhode Island talking in the distance. New Hampshire attacks Arizona, but she manages to escape. West Virginia kills Wyoming with her own weapon. Arkansas sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Utah, Wisconsin, and Delaware hunt for other tributes. New Jersey receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Montana collects fruit from a tree.